这从哪儿撞出来的？
On August 13th, 2023, an explosion erupted in Shandong Province. A bank and a barbecue fish restaurant were blown up and seriously damaged. The glass and facade of the two-story building are gone, and the ground was covered in debris. The road in front of the explosion was impacted, vehicles were damaged. The blast struck pedestrians and vehicles on the road, but so far no specifics are available, and the number of possible casualties is unknown. A witness said, "It's forceful. A white car far away from the site was knocked sideways." Another said, "The explosion blasted two people out to the road. So scary." The other said, "The impact was so great, what an unexpected disaster dropping from the sky." It blasted many cars this morning. Many cars got hit, and a shockwave hammered them. What exploded? I don't know.
你看，
Look, where did this come from? Look at that. Mainland media such as China National Television reported that it was an explosion caused by a natural gas pipeline. In the headline, the barbecue fish restaurant was mentioned, and the explosion was caused by a natural gas explosion at the restaurant. The mention of a bank seems intentionally avoided. It reported that one person was killed and one injured. The injured was sent to the hospital for treatment. Later, the media revised the casualties to be 2 deaths and 2 injuries. Among the reports, various screenshots were used, but all of them avoided the obvious presence of the armored cash truck at the scene. Here is the truck with armed escort on its body. Many Chinese don't believe what the media reported, the cause and casualties. Many actually believe that the explosion happened in a bank and it was a bomb attack. That's why the blast was so forceful and to such a tragic extent. A Chinese netizen wrote, "Maybe this is related to the financial crisis in China. If you blow up the bank, you don't have to pay the money back." The presence of an armored truck at the blast scene has fueled the public's imagination. An overseas media personality claimed that according to his contacts with friends in China, the bank in question was ICBC, Industry and Commercial Bank of China. The incident was actually a bank robbery, and the explosion was a distraction. The cash stolen was about 5 million yuan or $700,000. The media personality also said that no progress was made in the investigation. It's unlikely for the case to be solved. Officials suspected it was an inside job because the person in question had a gun and wore a mask. He explained that the Chinese government and various organizations were running out of money and that the people who were used to living the high life like the triads were getting restless. We have no way of verifying the accuracy of this claim. There are Chinese netizens alleging that the explosion didn't happen in the barbecue fish restaurant. It's because an explosion in a restaurant wouldn't have been this powerful. Smaller mainland media outlets quoted nearby businesses saying that storefronts and the bank were badly damaged. The government shut down all the businesses afterward. The cause of the explosion wasn't yet clear. As can be seen in the footage, a stream of smoke suddenly gushed out from the side of the road, followed by thick smoke. The air wave jolted a passing car, throwing it out of control. Nearby vehicles were shaken so hard that they got turned around. On the first and second floors where the bank and the barbecue fish restaurant were located, the glass, doors, and windows, as well as the outer walls, were all blown away. The scene was disastrous. The windows and doors of the nearby storefronts were shattered and damaged to varying degrees. The ground surface was covered with broken glass and debris. Nearby vehicles were damaged too. It was a terrible state with everything in disarray.
天气这事儿。
你看，这从哪儿撞出来的？
Before we continue with the story, let's play a quick commercial. I would like to recommend the sponsor of this video.
Imagine a coffee that cares for your health. Expertly fermented with a 50 enzyme complex to enhance flavor and remove bitterness. Small batch roasted to a decadent medium dark, resulting in a brew that is gentle on digestion, low acid, and up to 90% less caffeine than regular coffee. Try America's first enzyme fermented coffee today.
Now let's move on. Recently, there have been frequent explosions in mainland China, one after another. On July 29, 2023, a fatal gas explosion occurred in Anping County, Hebei Province. The cause was said to be a mistake in digging up a natural gas pipeline when repairing a water main line. It triggered an explosion. The flash image of the fireball blowing up was captured on camera.
There was a bang. I thought it was an earthquake, but it turned out to be an explosion. A lot of glass in the neighborhood was shattered. They were repairing a water pipe and dug right through a natural gas pipe. People were there to rescue and clean it up. All the gas was shut off and the valves were turned off.
Locals said they heard a loud noise and saw many windows had the glass shattered. When the explosion happened, construction workers were digging and hit the gas line. Video shows that storefronts along the street had their doors and windows blown up, with serious damage. Vehicles nearby were burned. The scene looked disastrous. The authorities reported 2 fatalities and 2 serious injuries, but keep in mind the CCP tends to cover up the truth and the real casualties. Look in the alley. What's going on? It's even got over here. China has been experiencing an increasing number of explosions in recent years. In just half a month in July 2023, 3 explosions took place in the city of Changchun in northeastern China, and no one knows exactly what was behind them. There was no fire, just a puff of smoke after it blew up. I was in the room playing games with my headphones on, and bam, the whole building trembled. In the early morning of July 19th, 2023, an explosion occurred in a neighborhood in Changchun. The explosion was suspected to have happened in a storefront on the first floor. The store was completely destroyed. Rebar flew out and hit a car on the street and smashed its windows. The residential building had its windows and doors from the 1st to 5th floors shattered. A number of stores were impacted, and the explosive sound awakened many residents. Chinese media said it was a natural gas pipeline explosion.
霹雷一声震天响啊，稀碎呀！看这车崩的，全碎，玻璃全碎。
这玩意玻璃全碎了。3点多爆炸。
晚上正睡觉呢。
Families, who knows what's going on? I'm shivering in Changchun. Have you seen this video? This is the one I ran into yesterday. Have you seen this one? This is what I got today in Changchun. In addition to hearing the thunder and lightning rumbling, you can also hear the explosion of natural gas and more than one explosion. The news in the past 2 days hasn't stopped reporting them, and they are all natural gas explosions. Do you know why I'm shivering? Before, Changchun had a series of fire incidents occur in a few places in succession. I believe that some people must have seen them already. It was around the beginning of this year. Now this time, the series of explosions were natural gas related. Recently, the city of Changchun has been updating the safety valves of natural gas. In the comments section, people say there was no explosion before, but explosions kept happening after the safety valves were replaced. This is spooky. My home just had the safety valves replaced 2 days ago. Someone came to the door specifically to replace it. The safety valve and the connected pipe were offered free of charge with a receipt, and this is it. I would like to ask where the explosion took place, and did you have the same valve replaced? I just want to confirm if we have the same situation. I am now really scared. I didn't dare to turn on the stove at noon today to cook. We are talking about the safety valve, right? It seems safe, but I don't understand why there's such a coincidence. It took place right around the time the safety valve was replaced. And I see some in the comment section who also said that it cost them several hundred yuan to replace it. Then why is mine free? Please have no more explosions. If it happens again, the natural gas company really wouldn't be able to explain itself. Exactly where is the problem? And you see the explosion is particularly powerful. The casualties are still unknown. The official hasn't announced anything yet. I would like to remind everyone to pay attention to the safety of fire and electricity, and we'll wait for the official announcement to see what's going on.
This is the morning of July 17th, 2023 in Jiangsu Province. A restaurant exploded, causing much damage. The ground was covered with debris, and the surrounding buildings were damaged. Glass in an 11-story building was blown to pieces. It was a mess, and the casualties were unknown.
死了你，小猫。
宁夏银川市新沁区一烧烤店发生爆炸。
A barbecue restaurant exploded. A gas tank on the first floor of the barbecue restaurant exploded. Then the natural gas pipe exploded on the second floor. Dozens of ambulances spent 2 to 3 hours taking away the injured.
当时正是吃饭高峰期，顾
It
客
was
很
peak
多。
dining time,
他听
and
到
there was a
两声
lot
爆
of
炸，
customers.
声音
The
很大，
explosion was
700-800
so
米
loud
外
that
就
it
能
could
听
be
到。
heard from 700 to
现场马路上
800 meters
全是
away.